Thanks so much for joining this EMR training session, Prescribing Medications. The objectives for this session are learning about e-prescribe capabilities, searching for and selecting a new prescription, editing the details, routing the prescription to a pharmacy, reviewing the patient's medication eligibility and formulary status. Let's go ahead and get started. E-prescribing allows a physician or prescribing practitioner to electronically write a prescription and transmit the prescription to the pharmacy instead of printing or calling the pharmacy. Prescribers also have the ability to receive and respond to renewal requests directly from the pharmacies using the message center, also known as the inbox. Electronic decision support rules, which are incorporated within e-prescribing functionality, allow the prescriber to review allergy and drug-to-drug interactions. E-prescribing utilizes e-prescribing software and a transmission network to provide a secure, HIPAA-compliant, encoded communication link to and from participating pharmacies. E-prescribing capabilities require power orders and the inbox. Users can send new prescriptions to pharmacies, receive and reply to renewal requests from pharmacies, as well as retrieve eligibility and external prescription history through SureScripts. Currently, prescriptions for controlled substances cannot be sent electronically through SureScripts. This is a near future enhancement that will be communicated to our clients through flash communications, including delivery dates. Currently, PowerWorks does not control any patient information sent by connected vendors. External prescription history and formulary retrieval is not guaranteed for any given patient region. Now let's talk about how you actually e-prescribe. The process for placing a new prescription order in PowerOrders only changes in choosing the routing option. The order search will be limited to products only when ordering a prescription. Let's show a demonstration of this. To place a medication order, you can either select the Add directly from Medications or the Add next to My Favorite Orders. This will take you to the Power Orders screen. You'll want to make sure that the type is set to prescription. Then you can simply search for the medication that you need. The quick search will start auto-populating medications based on your search criteria. You'll select the one that you want. If the one you need does not populate, you'll simply just click on the binoculars. Keep in mind that you do have the contains or starts with filter. Then the medication is populated to your orders for signature list here, where you can then view the details below. The details list based on what I chose. So for this example, I chose the Lipitor 20 milligram oral tablet, PO daily for 30 tabs. So you can see those details displayed here. If I needed to change any of these categories, I can by selecting in the appropriate field and changing what I wish to choose to. Notice there are different options available. Let's say I wanted to change to 3 tabs. I could simply select right next to the 2, remove it, and type 3. If you wish to choose See Instructions, it would automatically populate that information and allow you to enter in those special instructions here in this field. Additional fields here are route, frequency, duration, dispense, and refill. Notice the field will show in a yellow color if it is required for you to fill it in before signing off on it. We have these additional dispense options here. So if you wanted it to be a 30-day supply, by selecting 30, it will automatically take this dosage with the frequency and automatically calculate how much to dispense. Same way if I were to select a 90-day supply. You also have the ability to type in how many refills you want. Like all other orders, in the details you have the order comments as well as the diagnosis tab. Additional fields here are the PRN field. So if the medication is to be taken PRN, there are different reasons that you can choose as well. Indications for use, dispense as written, The start date defaults to the order date. The type of therapy, you have acute or maintenance. If you change the type of therapy to acute, it will automatically require a stop date. You also have the option to print the DEA number if you were printing the prescription, as well as some additional fields below. This little drop-down arrow would allow you to quickly change the strength of the medication, or if you wanted to choose a different brand or the generic option. This is a very helpful tool if the prescriber had a last-minute change of heart to need to make an adjustment on the particular med they were ordering. The routing is shown here on the right-hand side. In this case, it is showing that it would send the prescription to the current printer. By selecting the drop-down, you will see the different options. Since I am not an authorized provider, I have some screenshots to illustrate this for us. From the drop-down, if the pharmacy has not automatically been populated in the patient-preferred pharmacy, which we learned in a previous video, you will have the option to find pharmacy. To send it electronically, you'll select that. Then it will automatically populate the prescription routing window. It defaults to the Patient Preferred tab if previous pharmacies exist for the patient. You'll then change to the Search tab. The search will default the patient's registered city and state, so you want to be aware of that. Make sure that the Send To option is selected to pharmacy. Users have access to pharmacy directory for the entire U.S., which is over 95% of the retail pharmacies. Also, we want to mention that you'll have access to mail order pharmacies as well. If you do not wish to route this electronically, we also want to note that you can either route it to your printers that you're connected to, or there are several different options that say do not send with different options available, such as fax to pharmacy, call to pharmacy, over the counter, or there are some additional do not send reasons. Tips for using the pharmacy search: less is more. Do not try to enter the entire pharmacy name or address into the search fields. The search assumes a wildcard before and after. If you have a pill bottle or fax from a pharmacy in hand, search by the street number only. Also, make sure that the city and state that defaulted are correct. Another option is to search by pharmacy name or search by pharmacy name in conjunction with street name if that is known. Don't enter extra street information into the address like avenue, drive, street. Have the patient present and actively engage him or her when trying to search for a pharmacy. Now we are going to discuss proposal workflow. This is for non-providers who are ordering a medication on behalf of the provider. Medical assistants and other office-based roles that are not legally authorized to act on behalf of the provider are not allowed to sign a prescription and communicate directly with the pharmacy. Therefore, until a prescription created by an MA or office staff has been signed by an authorized provider, it is unavailable for routing either to the pharmacy or printing. Next, we're going to talk about the workflow for the clinical staff person. First, you will right-click on the medication and select Renew. The proposal action prompts entry of the ordering provider. This shown is the ordering physician window that will populate. If you are authorized to co-sign on behalf of the provider, you will have the option to select the order button here. If you are not authorized, this would then be grayed out, and the only option is for you to then propose the actual order. You'll then select the physician name and the communication type. When you are e-prescribing, you will select the communication type equal to e-prescribe. Both the completion of the prior prescription and the new prescription are proposed. You'll complete the necessary medication details and select the appropriate pharmacy to route it to. The prescription actions are now in a proposed status, and the prescription will update to an ordered status once the provider signs off on the prescription. Next, let's talk about eligibility and formulary checking. The SureScripts Participating Pharmacy Benefit Managers, or PBMs, provide eligibility, benefits, and medication history services to more than 78 million covered lives. Clients do not need to have patient insurance or health plans loaded into the EMR in order to view this information. Eligibility is checked once per day and it is displayed on the medication list. To access it, you'll want to select the drop-down arrow next to the RX plans and choose Eligibility Details. These details can be viewed for each drug plan. Formulary is indicated by a color status. White indicates covered, green indicates covered and preferred, and red indicates not covered. These are some additional statuses for formulary. When searching for a medication, formulary status will be provided in the search window, as shown here. Additional formulary details can be viewed by hovering over the medication and selecting the dialog box. Alternative medications will be displayed if a non-covered medication is selected. Please note that this is not required, but it does show you the alternatives. Thanks so much for joining this EMR training session, Prescribing Medications. The objectives for this session were learning about ePrescribe capabilities, searching for and selecting a new prescription, editing the details, routing prescriptions to a pharmacy, and reviewing the patient's medication eligibility and formulary status. Thanks so much for joining. We hope you found it valuable.